Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at Shining Mountain Center for Spiritual Living, where we gather to recognize and honor the image of God in each other and all of creation. Please join me in stating our statement of purpose. Oops. Back. Our community lovingly and joyfully inspires, supports, and empowers individuals to discover and express their own divinity. This community recognizes that there's a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. So we like to pray. So if there's something in your heart or on your mind that's troubling you, we are happy to pray for you. You'll notice that there is a prayer request card on the back table. And even though there's a place for your name, you don't have to put it. We're happy to pray anyway. We have some announcements today. Let me go back. Every Wednesday, there's meditation on Zoom. It's led by Reverend Linda. And there are cards on the back table that'll tell you how to connect with the Zoom meeting. This is a fantastic midweek pickup to recalibrate your energy. We fed the Flathead on Monday, May the 1st, and served 73 meals. That's a lot. So thank those who came and helped. A big thanks to them. There are? Well. Dances of Universal Peace, May 14th and 28th, after the service. And that should be great fun. You don't have to know anything about dancing to go. It's just a wonderful sort of a dancing, moving meditation. Is that all the announcements? I did feeding the Flathead. Anything else? Okay. Anyway, now's one of the best times of the service. Please stand, and as you're willing and able, greet your neighbor. Say hello to somebody you don't know, or say hello to somebody you do.
Move along.
Y'all ready to stand and join us for the congregational song?
Or keep standing. All right. There's only a few words to this, but it kind of looks like there are a lot. So we're going to all start together, and then we're going to break out, and we have a call and response, which is I'm the call, red star is the response. So I think you'll catch on pretty fast.
If it's
but we're going to all start together and learn the melody here. I am a light. Here we go. I am a light. I am a light. In this world, in this world, I am a light. I am a light. In this world, in this world, this is the place. This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine. I see the joy. I see the joy. I see the joy in this world. In this world. I see the joy. I see the joy in this world. In this world. This is the place. This is the time. Let it shine. Let it shine. Call and response. I'm living love every day.
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 Spreading peace along the way.
Spreading peace along the way.
Right time,
Right time,
right place.
right place.
Living love every day. Here we go. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Right time,
Right time,
right place.
right place.
Living love every day. Let's go to church. I see the light. Oh, sorry. I am a light
I am a light
in this world.
in this world.
In this world. I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light
I am a light
in this world.
in this world.
In this world. This is the place. This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine. Last time. Here we go. I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light
I am a light
in this world. In this world. I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light
I am a light
in this world. In this world. Gonna end it. This is the place. This is the time. Let it shine. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Good job. Learning a new song. Awesome. Woohoo.
I was having so much fun with that. Sandra says, you're up. And I'm like, oh, really? Oh, my goodness. And again, good morning to everyone who's here. Good morning to those who are joining us online. Good morning. Yeah, all right. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't give you time to say it when I first said it. Yeah. I just have to reel myself in a little bit after that song. You guys were fabulous. Let's give them some love. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Lifts the soul, lifts the energy, and prepares us for what we do and why we come together. And that is so that we can be the most magnificent expression of God as life in form that we are. So we come together and we just shine on each other. We shine on each other, and it's reflected back to us that we are the beauty, we are the life, we are the love, we are the expression of spirit, whole, complete, inheriting all of the good that we can manifest in our minds and accept with our hearts and experience in the world. Otherwise, we live in a field of infinite possibility, infinite goodness, created out of infinite love. So this is a time in our service where we bless our children. We bless the children of the world. We know what's going on out there. We know what it takes to lift the consciousness of compassion and forgiveness and caring and inclusion. We know what that takes. It takes intention, doesn't it? It takes intention and focus and a willingness to be vulnerable, to the Spirit within us. So let us tell our children today what we tell them every single Sunday, that we are here for them. So together we make this statement to the children. We see you, who you really are, made in the image and likeness of God. We cherish you, we support you, and we love you. And as we allow those words, that beautiful, intentional expression to permeate every cell in our body, for they are not just words, these are an intention of the soul, to be the kindness, to be the openness, to be the loving space, so that whatever and whomever we meet, we understand that what we're sharing between them is either an expression of love coming to us and going through us and moving into them, or it's a call for love. And when we meet up with the call for love, we take that breath. And so I'm inviting you right here and right now to take that breath and allow the breath of God to move through you. Don't effort about it. Let it move you. For this breath of God is the breath of life. It is what we exist out of and from. God, one, wholeness, life, fullness, life, goodness, life. And as we allow that breath within our bodies to move so easily right where we are in this moment, it is a sacred moment, a sacred breath within us. And as we experience the now of this moment, we are so in the harmony of love and peace and joy, goodness, grace. Because it's always surrounding us. We don't have to search for the presence of God. We have to be awakened to the presence of God. And so just as we've blessed the children of the world, may we include in our blessing those who are challenged with health issues. May they be supported, and may we know that all of the support they receive are the hands of God, the intention of God, and the outpicturing of God in whatever form and through whomever it comes. For God is all there is. So may we bless them on their journey of wellness. May we bless those who are struggling with whatever the struggle is, loneliness, struggling with needs of material things, money, whatever it is, making connections with others, being forgiven and doing their forgiveness, whatever the struggle is that we experience as human beings, may we just lift this up right now. Lift it up with the intention to focus on God is all there is. God is all. And with that, we can acknowledge there is nothing greater. There's no problem, no experience, no loss or lack that is greater than the power of the love of God. God as love, God as goodness, God is all. And so for those who need support, may there be a way, an avenue, a showing up of this type of support they need. And also may we be aware, may our eyes and within our heads and the eyes of the heart and the soul be open to that which we are experiencing, which is around us, the goodness that we are called to give thanks for. May we recognize that also. Oh, yes. Let us turn away, even if it's just for a moment, from the harshness, from the disappointment, from the pain, and allow the breath that is within us to be a breath of thanksgiving. Oh, let us praise God. Let us be grateful. And let us be present. And together we say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is.
How about a little, now we're all mellow though.
I'll say it really soft.
I am a light in this world. We're in the right key? Let's pick up with uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ooh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Right time,
Right time,
right place.
right place.
Live in love every day. Final verse. I am a light. I am a light in this world. In this world, I am a light. You are too. I am a light. You are too. In this world, take it home. In this world, this is the place. This is the time. Let it shine. Welcome back, Jamila. All right. Ooh, perfect. Awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. You know, I've met people, and I love this. I've met people who say they have gotten a message from, God, Spirit, the universe, and it was really, really clear. And I'm always just like, oh my gosh. I'm not sure, because I'm always talking to God, whether I really hear everything I'm supposed to or hear it as it comes through. But one time I did get a message. And then it was so clear. It was so clear, and it gave me such peace. Then the very next day, I found it was rule number 6 in a course I was taking, or a course that was available. I was not taking the course, but I saw it. And rule number 6, I apply in my life all the time because I have a tendency to try and not follow rule number 6. Rule number 6 is, do not take yourself so seriously. Well, here I am, and I'm taking myself real seriously. But what that does, when we quit taking ourselves so seriously, it gave me space to live in, space to make mistakes, space to learn more, space to just be, but most of all, it gives me space for joy. Now, I realized we came up here to, I did a prayer, and then we came back into this joyful music, and to me that's just absolutely fine, because I believe that it's out of the joy that we free ourselves to embody seriously what it is we choose to do. It's not that I don't take what I do seriously, I just don't take myself so seriously anymore. So now, it used to be I wanted folks to call me Her Holiness. Now I'm just plain old Yvonne, and I'm happy with it. Oh, it just gave me a great joy to come back to that song. It lifts the spirit, it opens it, and thank you very much for doing that. My goodness, it's nice to see all y'all. We had this incredibly hot weather for our area for a week, and so I say to my son, we should turn off the fireplace. Son turns off the fireplace, because it's a gas fireplace. This morning I say, son? Son says, I'll do it. But it's just that incredible unknown. I know. If I went on my phone or whatever, read a newspaper or news, I would know what the weather report's going to be, and then I'd have an idea of what we may experience or may not. But it just doesn't thrill me to do that. It thrills me to open my door at 2 a.m. in the morning, night before last. Wow, what a downpour. I love that God rinsed our city so beautifully. I love that. Yeah. And then the skunk came through. I said, you love him, God, because I don't. I'm trying. No, I'm not trying, but I will be willing when the smell is gone. Yeah. So anyway, today I want to talk about the inner and the outer spectrum, because it's the our inner spectrum, the inner beingness of us, as well as the outer, which is what we experience out here. But I want to be very clear that they're not two different parts. They're just two parts of the one, two parts of the whole, right? Just like my arm, your arm is not just an arm that's not part of the body, right? So we don't want to separate them, but we want to see what the purpose is, and where the power lies, and how we can use, and how when we use both parts, the inner and the outer, how when they come together, how we live a life that is so much richer than when we have conflict between the inner and outer. But I'll start with a verse from the Gospel of Thomas, which I absolutely love. When you make the two one, and when you make the inner as the outer, and the outer as the inner, and the above as the below, then you will enter the kingdom. When you make the inner as the outer, and the outer as the inner, and the above as the below, and the below as the above, then you will enter the kingdom. That so speaks to what Jesus' teaching was about. The kingdom of heaven is a higher consciousness that each one of us can have and can experience. So that's the heaven on earth. That's the heaven that we want to attain to be in. That would be like our very theme for this year, which is living above the noise. It doesn't mean that we have to wait and go to a place. It means that we include in everything that we're living through and living as on this plane at this time, the idea that there is more to us than just the experience we're having, than just the thoughts that we have carried and the beliefs that we have lived from. There's more to us, and that is this higher consciousness that allows us to move out of the debris of the world, to observe it, but just to move out of it. It's that take a breath. Reframe, refocus, release. Whatever it is you want to do to be able to bring yourself back into harmony, back into balance, to feel the peace that only you can give yourself, that cannot be taken from another, by another. Remember that. There's a peace that you give the soul, that comes from your soul, that you give the beingness that you are, that cannot be taken by another, or taken by another experience. If you have a response to it or a reaction to it, you still have the ability to step back into your peace. So, as spiritual beings living the human experience, we live from both the inner and the outer spectrums of life, and we process internally through our thoughts and emotions. That would be the inner, right? We process through there, and we express outwardly as we interact with with people and with life in general. So that I'm talking about the inner and the outer, and you know how that is. Sometimes, I think I talked about this last week, sometimes we put on this facade, or we just get up in the morning and we get dressed, you put on your shoes, your socks, your pants, your shirt, and you also put on the mask or the idea of, this is who I need to be today. I'm going into some meetings, or I'm going to make some phone calls, or whatever it is you're going to do that may or may not be the authentic expression in form. It may or may not be. I'm not talking about we make adjustments for what we do. I'm talking about stepping out of who we are. That's really important for us and to recognize. When we step out of who we are to be what we think we're supposed to be, or that others are expecting us to be, or we hope will be acceptable. We don't want to do that. And if we are doing that, we want to recognize it. We want to recognize that. So both positions, though, both the inner and outer, when they come together, they bring us the color and they bring us everything that we experience in life. But are we experiencing what we call our lives to the highest degree for the longest period of time in the day in harmony? Harmony doesn't always, our days don't always include can include things they're challenging to us. Harmony does not mean that everything has to be easy. Harmony means it flows. And we stay in tune, right? Isn't harmony staying in tune too? We want to stay in tune to that higher consciousness. It's like saying to myself or saying to yourself, I want to have the mind of Jesus. I want to think like Jesus thought. What does that mean, think like Jesus thought? It means he was in harmony with his beliefs. It means that he didn't think one thing, that the Father and I are one, or that we are all of the Father, and then go out and treat people differently. His actions flowed with his beliefs. So if we think like Jesus thought, if we go into that higher consciousness, then our actions are being called forth from us to match that. And what happens when our actions don't match our beliefs? A really easy thing to think about is whatever we'd like to have more of in life. And I call this the pull of possibility. Say, for instance, you want to have more money. We'll just go with money. People love money. Most of us do. I love money. Let's go with money. So here's the idea. Why do I want more money? We've got to be really clear, because this is about an intention. This is about manifestation. Manifestation meaning it's going to come forth, right? So what's my intention to have more money? Oh, what would I like if I had more money? Oh, I would have more time to spend with my family. I would be able to support more causes, or more, no, I'd just be able to be more generous, period. I would really love to really be generous, much more generous than I am. And I would like to take my entire family, whether they're willing or not, on a huge vacation, right? Kind of capture them and take them. Okay, so I have this vision, right? I set up a vision board and I start saying affirmations. And I start saving money. I do all these things that we're told and we know will work to support this vision. And here's what happens. That vision will come forth eventually in some way if I am willing to believe that it's possible. See, that's the pull of possibility. But what if I believe this? I don't know how it's going to happen, even though I'd love to have more money to take that huge vacation with my family, and then I have all these reasons. And I know that I could have more money if I took on another job, but I'm sure not going to take on another job. But I still want it. So I still have this desire, and I still have this wish and this hope that it'll happen, and I still have these dreams. But if I have the belief that it's not possible because I don't know how it's going to be possible. It doesn't matter what your belief is based on. What's really crucial, though, is what your belief is. Now, you see, when I'm thinking about this vacation with the family, I can even feel how warm it is on that island. I know how warm it is. I can see myself shaking the sand out of my shoes. So I've got a lot of feeling around that. I've got a good intention. I've got a vision. And I've got affirmations that I'm saying. But I don't have a solid belief to match it. That's why we have to look at the red flags. That's why we have to look at what's popping up. That's why we need to look at what our core beliefs are. That's why it's so important that we recognize the inner sanctum and the outer have to match in order for there to be harmony. Otherwise, we keep waiting for it to happen, or a little part of it happens, and we think, oh, yeah, it's happening, and that's all we get. We have to be as solidly committed to finding the barriers to our greater good as we do to wanting to express and receive our greater good. We have to have that kind of commitment to it. And we all know that sometimes when we're faced with a little thing that we don't want to be faced with, it can be uncomfortable, especially if someone else is pointing it out. That just always makes me swallow and hold my breath when someone points out something about me that. But if it's true, if that's their experience of me, I have the option to consider. We don't have to take it on. We've taken on so much that wasn't true about us. We don't have to take it on. But when I was told that I assumed that I needed to meet her every need, even though they weren't being presented to me, she was right. I was assuming that I was going to meet her needs without them ever being expressed. That's that little trick of thinking you know, what people think and what they need without them ever telling you. And then they have the little trick of telling you it's not right. But then you don't get to what is right if you don't have the conversation. You know, we have to keep this going. We have to have these conversations not only with others, but with our higher self, with ourself, with that inner, whatever you want to call it, the inner child, the inner wisdom. What is it? What is it that I really desire here? And you've got that down. You've got that written down. You've got the vision board up. But then you want to look at what if this was the yes possibility time? What would stop? What is standing in the way of it? And that's the inner that we need to work with. Science of Mind teaches us exactly how this creative process goes. We start with the seed. I love to use that, that analogy. We start with the seed, and the seed goes into, you get to pick the seed, right? This is the seed. You pick the kind of seed you want. You put it into the soil, and the soil doesn't care, but the soil is what it needs, right? The seed goes into the soil. The soil nourishes it. Doesn't say, I'll only nourish the apple seeds. It nourishes it. That's the law of mind. And then we have this outcome, this outpicturing. And that's what I'm talking about here. But if we say the seed is an apple seed and it goes into the soil and what comes out is a blueberry bush, something isn't right. Or we don't get the apple tree. Something isn't right. We didn't actually plant that with the components it needs. And the component that our desire needs, the outer needs, is the complete coming together of the inner speak. It has to be in sync. It has to be in alignment. The outer has to be in alignment with the inner. So getting clear is really, really important on this pull of possibility. And when we get really clear, here's the power pull of possibility has. It will pull us so strongly, and it just will we will be in wonder, and we will be so excited about the things that we encounter along the way towards wherever we're going, because we're experiencing in the now the result of the harmony coming together in the now. So we keep moving. We have these wonderful experiences. So if my idea about money is in alignment with my desire for more, you know I'm going to have great things happen in the meantime, right? I'm having these things show up, because there's no way that I won't be supported by the pull of possibility and the power of the pull of possibility as we align our inner and our outer. So the problem, though, with a mismatch is, and it's just really simple. When we have a mismatch, it's just that we think one thing and we believe another. We think one thing, that's the outer. We believe another, that's the inner. Thinking and believing. That's what we're trying to bring together here, just thinking and believing. And then we get to look at what the difference is. I think I love everyone, but, and then we line them up, right? But if we think from the mind that Jesus lived from, we would think, it's all God. We're sisters and brothers. That is the love of life. That is life loving us. When we recognize that. And when we move from the heart that Jesus had, leaving no one out. When we're strong with our beliefs and our thinking, we cope really well with our emotions. We cope well with life. We cope well with the things that come up that are challenges for us. When we are in alignment, when we align our thinking with our beliefs, we have the capacity to meet and to lift and to give to life on a high level of goodness and compassion and forgiveness, all of that would create a greater life. And we have more clarity. I love the idea that I'm clearer. The less I take myself seriously, the clearer I am. Yeah. And taking myself seriously was only out here. That was the mask I wore. This is who I am, and this is what I've done, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I can do, and all of that. When I took myself less seriously, I was like, I am so happy to meet you. I am blessed by your presence. I'm sure I can't even imagine how much more I have to learn, because I can really see that life has so much more to offer than what I thought I was bringing to it. The outer spectrum is the visible, and we navigate through that as best we can. And the inner spectrum is the invisible. That's where our emotions and our feelings and our thoughts, that all lie there. And we're just trying to bring them into alignment. We're just trying to be the very best godling. I just got this. The excitement of God. We are the excitement of God in expression. I love that. We are the excitement of God in expression. Because we can be joyous and we can be all that we are. And bring ourselves into an alignment. And we can do this either by looking at what our barriers are. You can dig down, you can figure it out, and you can do the work that you feel is necessary to bring you to let go of things and to first recognize them, then let go of them, and then replace them. Or you can also do, and this is the one I love, You can heal like Jesus healed others. It's done. It's over. I'm well. Sometimes that works for me, and sometimes I have to do the digging because my mind wants an explanation. But when my heart and my soul is willing to experience the mighty healing of faith, then I do experience that. And you can too. And that's what we send out when we send our blessing, to heal others, that they may receive. Not figure it out or where to come from or how long is this going to take. In that moment, in this moment, we can send the blessing to others. We don't know how long they've suffered or what their experiences have been, but we can send it for the now, in the now, and know there's no time nor space in God. This is what Howard Thurman said. I determined to live the outer life in the inner sanctuary. I decided I'm going to live this is it, live the outer life in the inner sanctuary. In the stillness of the quiet, if we listen, we can hear the whisper of the heart, giving strength to weakness, courage to fear, and hope to despair. So let's go within. Let's go to that inner sanctuary. Let us just move into that space and know that we are present to whatever it is within us. And we are gently present. It is with a softness and a kindness of heart that we approach any barriers that we have had. And whether we recognize them or not, and whether we need to, if we do, so be it. But if there are barriers of the heart, there are barriers from the mind, from old thinking, old thoughts, old ideas, old beliefs that do not match up with the pull of possibility for a greater experience of life, let us be willing in this moment to be fully free. Fully free. For in God all things are possible. Will you allow yourself in this moment to experience that full freedom? Can you feel your breath move through your body with more ease? Will you allow that? Will you allow the pull of that possibility of greater goodness as life through you and for you to manifest itself in ways at this moment that may not be known to you? Are you willing to step into the mystery of life and allow the magic, the beauty, the goodness to reveal itself to you? And will you be aware of it? All we have to do is say yes. Yes to our good. Yes to no barriers. Yes to the freedom of forgiveness. Yes to harmony and joy. Yes to well-beingness and prosperity and riches that we get to describe. The richness of love, the richness of friendship. May we be pulled into that field of infinite possibilities. May we be pulled with ease and speed and assurance within ourselves. This is the way, and I say yes. And then we open our eyes and recognize we've been there all along. Oh my goodness, we've been here all along. We were never out of that field. We were never out of that circle of love. For there's no outside. We may have lost our sight of it. We may have lost our belief in it. But it comes back to us the moment we say yes. Yes, God. Yes, I accept. Yes, God, I am open. Yes, God, I am open to all of life. And I commit myself to live from that highest consciousness, the Christ consciousness. I commit myself to carry with me the idea and the knowing that we are all part of the one, this beautiful tapestry that is complete and colorful because we are each and every one a part of it. And so in aligning the inner with the outer and the outer with the inner, I recognize that this is not something we have to work on becoming. It is something that we allow to manifest as the wholeness of who we are. I will hold in my mind that like the lilies of the field, we do not toil. We do not need to toil. To be the beauty and the grace of God. And if all else is gone, I will stand with the yes. I will be the yes. I will accept living as and in the yes. And I know I do so with all of God's creation. And knowing that we are blessed this day, in this moment, right here, right now, as who we are the blessing that God has created. We are the children of the living God. May we allow this wisdom to carry us forward into this week, into our community, into the world. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And together we say, and so it is. So it is, amen.
Let's take a moment of silence while we allow these words to find the truth. in our hearts. I want to thank everyone who joined us online this week. We appreciate your continued support, and we look forward to you being with us again next week. Now we have some special music from our special musicians.
Yes, and company. So this song is written by a dear friend of mine, Kit Holmes, a New Thought artist, now Reverend Kit Holmes. Wow, amazing. So as I'm listening to the inspiration, yeah, man, we're all just trying to get there, right? And I think it's important that we hold each other in the light, which is this song. I'm going to make you vamp a little bit longer. Thank you. It's in your eyes, the questions of the ages. There are challenges and changes in everything you see. It's hard to trust, and sometimes the best of us can lose our way. That's why I'm here to say, I'm gonna hold you in the light, hold you in the light, hold you till you know again that everything's all right. And I'll remind you, as you are enough. I'm gonna hold you in the light of love. It's in your hands. There are angels in the answers, so choose your second chances. This is where you're meant to be. Don't second guess. Life will give you all the happiness that you deserve. Rest assured, I'm gonna hold you in the light, hold you in the light, hold you till you know again that everything's all right. And I'll remind you, as you are enough. I'm gonna hold you in the light of love. I'm gonna ask you to remind you, you have everything you need. Every time you look into a mirror, 'cause no matter where life finds you, the light of love surrounds you. You'll always have the only words you ever need to hear. I'm gonna hold you in the light, hold you in the light, hold you till you know again that everything's all right. And I'll remind you, as you are enough. I'm gonna hold you in the light, hold you in the light, hold you in the light, hold you till you know again that everything's all right. And I'll remind you, as you are enough. I'm gonna hold you in the light of love. I'm gonna hold you in the light of love. In the light you.